All right, let's do that again. Welcome, everybody. Tonight is the overview questions. Going to go over the 4 items that you need to participate. We're going to go over what is expected for the 5 that want to duplicate myself. Um, and then the callers. So we're going to do 2 separate calls. 2 weeks. Next Tuesday or this Tuesday coming, and one after that. What's going to happen on these calls? Well, the first call is for 5 people. Those 5 people that wanted to work as myself, basically duplicating me. The second call is going to be for those who have chosen to call individuals that have decided to join, so that everything is set up, everything is talked about, and we're talking about Team Royal. There's no need to call anybody for a promise delivered. It's just going to be a link when they get it, and then they sign up. So I was going over some things. Basically, the 5 people. Um, if you've chosen to be one of the 5, it's very demanding. We're going to go over a training in that call of what I do, how I do it, and then you make a decision whether or not it's for you. If it's not for you, say it then so we can move on and grab someone else. No hard feelings. You're not pressured to do any of this. I put it out there for those who want to volunteer their time. There is no pay. Okay, so let's not get it twisted that you're being hired by a Promise Delivered or Team Royal. You are not. This is simply assistance to the team build so that we can do it smoothly and quickly. Okay, it's all about being quick so those 3 get placed repeatedly all day long. Not every 6 hours 2 people go in because couldn't find an email or didn't have the money or didn't know there was a discount or the discount's over, it's $249. Whatever it is, we need to move quickly. And the only way to move quickly is to vet people. Are you ready? Do you have an email? Do you have your 4 items? Your 4 items should be second nature. When you hear 4 items, you should think cell phone, wallet, crypto debit card, crypto bank. 4 things. You should be able to say it whenever. If I pop it off and ask a question, you should quickly come out with those 4 things. If you can't remember, start practicing. You're going to be using those 4 things on a regular basis because you're going to be moving funds all day long, pretty much. And I want you to be able to do it without thinking about it. Or if you grab the phone and freeze up, what do I do next? I want it to be like clockwork so that you get your funds where they need to be so you can either go shopping, pay the light bill, whatever. Not trying to figure out how to get it to pay the light bill, and the light bill's due and the money been there. Okay, so I don't want you clogged up. Get used to using those 4 items. You can start with a Cash App account. It has the wallet. It has, you can purchase and sell Bitcoin. You can use the Bitcoin to purchase other coins. You can sell it. Start practicing with that. That's the easiest one to work with. On your phone, the phone is going to open up a whole world of wallets because you can put any wallet on it, pretty much all of them. You just put an icon, download the app, and it's an icon on your phone. When you want to use it, you touch it, log in with your credentials, and use the app. Get used to that. You're going to hear it more than you think in a few days. App. It should be on your phone. Okay? These are real wallets that you can use to purchase things. Some of them have a debit card connected. Okay? If you have a Ledger, you can purchase their card, their debit card, which is a crypto debit card. And because Ledger is Web3 compliant already, you can put that debit card right on your phone and go to the store, bring it up on the screen, and pay for whatever you're paying for with cryptocurrency. All right. So the third thing, crypto debit card, I just talked about it. You can have the plastic one. You can have the digital one, which would be on your phone. And you can have, that would be it, digital or a plastic card that they mail to you. I don't have mine over here. As you can see, I moved positions, so all that stuff is over on the counter. But for the most part, those crypto debit cards are going to be used to purchase stuff, pay your bills, all that, shop online, everything. Okay, it's going to take the place of your bank card, whoever you bank with. That's going to become obsolete. You will find that you're using your own card more than you do the old one. Okay. Now, the last thing is important because the last item is going to be your bank, and you will become a banker. Now, a lot of people never thought that they would grow up, do a job, retire from it, and then become a banker. A legal one, because you legally own that bank. It's yours. Now, what is the bank and why do we have to have it? I'm creating these questions because I've heard them a couple of times, but they didn't get answered. Why do we have to have this crypto bank or cold storage? Number one, a promise delivered pays in crypto. Not pays, but the royalties are cryptocurrency. All right. The digital representation of our evolutioned currency is going to have a digital representation. Okay, so what we know as fiat is going to change into the treasury note or whatever they're going to call it, Q note, whatever. We know we're leaving that system and going into a new one that is digitized. All right, it's going to be digital. There's no question. If you're still holding on to the fact that, oh, no, we'll have paper and I can still go to the ATM machine. Yeah, you for a little bit, you will. But if you think it's going to stay there, you'd be mistaken. So get used to using digital because that's where everything is going. It's just a natural evolution of where we came from and where we're going. Digital is going to be digital money, so get used to it now. The bank, so that you know exactly what that means, is a real bank. It is going to hold thousands and thousands of dollars represented as a digital currency, units, whatever you want to call them. One bank is pretty much close to a terabyte of information. And I'm sure you've heard these terms, terabyte. Some people have, some people haven't, but I'll give you an idea what a terabyte is. It has a natural definition, and you can look it up. But sometimes it's easier to visualize something, and then you can see it. everybody pretty much knows the Eiffel Tower. Okay, in Italy, France, whatever you want to call it, over there, over yonder, across the pole. The Eiffel Tower stands yay big. Imagine stacking, okay, stacking bricks that hold 1,000 or more pieces. And you take a brick and stack brick on brick on brick till you get all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower. That's a terabyte of information. It'll go so far you can't see it. That's what will be held on one bank. That's a lot. Trust what I'm telling you. And then, like I said, you can have multiple wallets within one bank. So one wallet within that bank holds a terabyte of information, and there's a terabyte wide. It's just as wide as it is tall. That information can go in these little blocks. That's what these banks are. Millions of dollars or representations will be held in these things. That's why you need what? A fireproof, waterproof case to put these banks in, or a fireproof, waterproof safe. They come both ways. You can get a briefcase style. I think Russ has one. You can get the actual, the old-timey safe and put it in a closet somewhere. Or you can get spectacular like I plan to do and make it hide. Anyway, fireproof, waterproof, push button or not. But you want to make sure that you put this information away. Now, there's something I have to cover that I haven't talked about at all, but I need to because we are all aging. And there's a very particular thing that a lot of us don't do. Well, I'm going to ask you to do it because it's important. It doesn't do anyone any good if you put thousands and hundreds of thousands of representations on a device and you're the only one that knows the password to it. There's two things I'm going to ask all of you to do, and I'm going to do it myself. Write down the passwords to these devices. Write down the seed code, if it has one, for each one of the devices. You're going to have more than one. Put it in the safe. The safe's combination should be on your wheel so that they can get in the safe to get to the devices to use those currencies and what have you that you have saved up. It does no one no good if no one can get to it once you leave. The other thing, there's an ugly thing called probate. I'm sure you've heard the word before. Some of you have gone through it. But the way to alleviate probate is to make sure that somebody else in the family is on your banking. Because if you leave here, and let's say you were saving, your fiat or whatever from Team Royal because they're not crypto, they pay in fiat. Let's say you're up there, $6,000 a day, every day, times 3. That's $18,000 a day. Huh? You put that away for 20 years, 15, 20 years. And God forbid you get called home. All that paper in the bank. The first thing that happens when that death certificate comes out is lock that account. Click. No one can touch it. And if it's a significant amount of money, they sit on it, and they sit on it hard. They sit on it because they want you to forget about it. The family who survived you. So to alleviate all of that, put it on paper. They don't actually have to have an account or have the account numbers or whatever. Put that in your final documents that such and such is to receive my accounts, all of them. If it's in the paper, there's no probate. If it's not in that paper, or you're not on that account, you're going to go into probate. And the way things are going, the way banking is happening, you may never see it. Because, like I said, banking is changing. Just like when you own that device, that is your bank. You own it. So you need to make sure if you become ill or whatever, just make sure, set it up now. Don't wait. You know that one person in the family that you can trust. At least you hope so anyway. Put it on paper. Very important. Next thing, let's talk about these steps in this process of joining. I want to go over that because I'm still hearing a lot of confusion. I'm hearing apprehension, and it's just us. We really haven't kicked off yet. And I think from what I've heard from a few people that did go and look at the website and check the 2 pages that I put in there for the instructions and information, is it legible? Can you follow it? Is it plain sight? Do I need to change anything? Are you still confused? Okay, those are the 4 or 5 questions I have for all of you if you went to go look. If you didn't go look, don't comment, because you would be commenting off of what you think is on the website versus going to go look at it. So let's break up all of the confusion. So there is no a promise delivered joining yet. I'm hearing people saying I sent in $25. When do we pay for the 175? Not yet. You are confusing yourself. I have not started talking about joining a promise delivered yet. We're still finishing it. The only thing that we are joining at this point is Team Royal. Okay? And I think the confusion is coming in from the 4th grade because it gets talking about a promise delivered. But it has to, because those two marry up and join at that point. But right now, at this present moment, there should be no confusion about what you're joining and what it costs. So let's break that down and fix that tonight. As of right now, I am offering up my commissions that you helped me get to assist people to come in Team Royal. It is actually $249 to join, but with me giving $100 to you, it's $149 out of your pocket. Okay? When you join, you simply go under the link that you're sent, follow all the instructions on the website, and once you've done that, you send your link back to me. That's it. If you're talking about anything else outside of what I just said, you are creating the confusion. $149 out of your pocket, $100 out of mine, $249. You get the link, you sign up, following the instructions on the website. Once you have your link, you send it back to me. That's it. That's it. So there should be no confusion on how to sign up. Don't worry about the 3. That's the other thing. Well, I don't have this many people. I don't have that. Remember, I've already stated that I can see everybody's back office. Everybody that's in the network, I can see what you have. So when I do kick back off on signing people up or sending links, I'm going to go through my back office to see exactly who has what. It's either going to be 1 dot, 2 dots, or 3 dots behind your link or behind your name. If there's only 2, I know I got to send 1 to you. If there's none, I got to send 3 to you. If there's 2, I send 1. If there's 1, I send 2. That's it. So there's no need to say, I only have. Trust me, I already know. I can look at it. But I can't pull people out of the air. That's what a promise delivered is going to do. And this is why it's important that everyone that joins, of course, domestically, follows what's requested. On 4th grade, you should take 2 positions. Where I'm asking you to get 2 EINs. Make it a business you're actually going to use. So don't call it Mickey Mouse's Playhouse. Make it something that you can actually start up because it's going to get started up. Okay, we're not just going to grab an EIN, stick it in there, and say, okay, I'm done. No, because you will wind up in trouble tax-wise. EIN is an entity, okay? The entity name can't have anything of your name in it. We've already established that. So it can't be Sherry's Playhouse, all right? LLC, because Sherry's name is going to be in the main account or the Jumpstart, all right? If you didn't use your name in your Jumpstart and you used an LLC, then you can use your name in another LLC. Just as long as nothing is the same. You should have an email address for that account, the business account, and an outside membership. You already know you have to have an outside membership to receive. Okay? So, all we have to do is follow those 4 or 5 things. You're going to repeat it twice. So once we get going, you already have the Jumpstart position. You had to sign up to get that. So you should kind of remember it a little bit. The only difference is you're using an EIN and it's a business account. And you fix that by putting the business name in when you sign up, the EIN, your name, first and last, and your social. Everything goes in that block. But when they look at it, they know it's an entity. And you make sure by putting the entity EIN in the e-wallet. Okay, the EIN is going to be in the business account and it's going to be in the e-wallet. That ties the business to the money. Once it's tied together, you're good. You're going to repeat that one more time and you don't have to sign up for nothing else. Well, sort of. There's 2 more platforms coming. But we got to get this one launched first. But once you've done that second position, that's it. All you have to do from that point is manage cryptos and manage money. Go to the classes. We're going to, make sure we jump on these courses to understand the back office. We're going to see if we can get some more companies in there to satisfy uh, credit restoration and get some more information as far as what else we can use in that back office. Okay, there's a lot in the back office that we can use right now. But outside of signing up, once you get the second one in, it's all learning from that point. Go to the calls that they have. We're all going to jump on pile on calls and join just like you joined here. All I want them to hear is Team Royal in every ear that on every call. Get the information, bring it back to the hive. When we do a call, did you hear Gerald talking about such and such? Keys to home ownership. That's the other one. I got to talk to Lou. There was an issue about phone calls and having calls returned unprofessionally. So we got to get that squared away. But keys to home ownership helped me purchase this home. So it does work. There's a lot that we're going to do after we get all signed in, because there's, like I said, nothing else to do but manage money and crypto and stay healthy. That's it. I think that covers everything that I had this evening. Like I said, first Tuesday coming is going to be the 5. You're going to get an email with an invite to that call. It's going to be 8 o'clock, so it's not too late. 8 o'clock, we'll jump on and I'll start. Take notes, and then at the end of that call, let me know if you're going to do it, if it's too much for you. Either way, before we set up spreadsheets and all that stuff. All right, it's very important that you be honest with yourself, because I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not. The following Tuesday or the next Tuesday coming is going to be those who want to call people. And all you really have to do is we'll create the script during that call. And then I'll email it to everybody. And that's what you do. You get the 6 names from Team Royal. It's going to send you 6 names. You vet those 6 names. Okay, vetting them means, do you have Cash App? Do you have Zelle? And we go from there. Now, like I said, I'm going to go the rest of this week, and then Monday, I have to pull back on the $100 discount because I don't have it to give you. It has to stack up. Once it stacks up again, I'll reopen it and we'll move more people. But like I said, if everything goes according to plan, we should be launched by then. And all you'll have to do is call people. The callers are basically going to set up the 5 and myself. You're going to get a name and number. You call them, see how they're doing. They got their, when they send for their link to join, because that's how it's going to happen. You have to fill out a form to request a link. And then you get the link. But in the exchange to getting that link, I get your phone number. Now the callers can call you beforehand. Do you have the 175? Are you ready to join once you get your link? Yes, yes, great. Link goes to them. So it's going to be a little bit back and forth. And I need to do it that way simply because I don't want it to be a floodgate. Open the door, just 1,000 people come in, and you can't keep up with 1,000 people every, I don't know, hour coming into a system. So there has to be some kind of slow down, come on in, the doors are open. See how that works? That's how that's going to go. So it's got to be a call basis, and all you're doing is making sure they're ready to go. That's it. And once they say yes, you send them the link. Boom, you have their email, you have their first and last name, you have everything you need. You call your 6 people in your time. That's the other part. The callers, you set your own time. You have 6 people to call. Remember, we're doing things in threes. So when you vet your 6, you're done for the day or evening or whenever you decide to do it. But the other part is you have to look at the phone numbers and find out where they're coming from. Or I can add that in the form, which I think I'm going to do to save everybody a lot of trouble. Put your city and state. And that way you'll know what time zone they're in because you're looking at it. All you'll have to do is, if it's West Coast, it's 3 hours back. If it's this or that, you have to do your own timetable. But at least you'll know where they are. So that'll make it a little easier. 6 people a day, and that's it. I don't want this to be work for nobody except for the 5. There's no way around it not being work. Just so you know, people say, "Well, I don't do anything. I got free time," until you get into it. I'm not trying to scare you off. I just need you to know this is no, it's not a joyride. It's a lot of work. And your compensation and pay comes from us doing a good job. Because if we put three all day, every day, all week, all month, just like they're congratulating me for doing those little bit of moves that we did, they're going to be doing that for you. But higher, because like I said, once we launch and the process gets out there and they start to see not only me rank, but all of you rank way up real quick, they're going to start asking questions. It's like the people say, "Oh, I don't want to do that. That's another scam. That's an MLM. I don't want to do it." Till they see you buy, I don't know, a vet when you had a Corolla out there. When they see the professional people come paint your house, not you out there on a ladder about to kill yourself. People will see you change, and then they're going to start asking, what changed in you? What's going on? Remember I told you about a promise delivery? The one that you said was a scam? That's how I painted the house in the new car. They're going to tear your front door off the hinges trying to get in. We have 2 networks that's going to push out our information. All those people are going to go to a spreadsheet. And I'm going to snatch 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Domestic. The other internationals, there's nothing we can do with them yet with Team Royal. But all domestics have to be called because they have to know about what? The 2 entities? Do you have the emails? Do you have this? Are you ready? We have to call them all. There's no way around it. So the callers, your job is going to get crazy too, because you have to call every one of them. We have to call, because I'll join in. I'm sure we'll get far more than 6 or 8 people that want to call. Now, once it gets bananas, which I know it's going to, then we'll switch over to a professional company to do it for. But you have to crawl before you walk. And you guys stepping in to help as callers, as one of the 5, or just people to catch things that when we put it up, like some things was caught on the Q&A page that was now corrected. We have eyes on everything. Some people are teachers. Some people, some of you are English majors, math majors, or whatever, architects. I know some professionals on this call. everybody. It just ain't grandma or grandpa. You guys did something throughout your life. Those skills are more than likely come into play with the promise delivery because it's going to do a lot of things. All right. I think I've covered everything. I want to test this button that I found out. Is anyone allowed to unmute? Just one person. Okay, that's what I thought. It does have a master mute. So I'll be using that going forward. I can turn it on and off, and I'll do that. First, let me, how long have I been talking? All right, I'll record a little bit of it. Let's go into Q&A. If you have questions, let me turn this back on. Still raise your hand, and I'll take those questions. Go ahead, Pete. Peter?
Montavo, I'm not sure whether you could answer this for me or not, but when you reach the first level and you get those $5 every single day and it accumulates over a month, I have a bunch of money sitting under pending balance right now. It's been there for well over a week. When does it get to my e-wallet?
It's supposed to go every 7 days.
Mine's been there over a week.
Okay, so is everybody qualified under you, your first three?
Qualified, yeah. I have 3 qualified people under me.
Right, the first three.
Yes.
Okay, you may have to call in.
Okay.
You may have to call in.
Will do.
And then check your settings in the back office to, it should be set to weekly.
It is.
Okay, yeah, call them.
Okay.
Now, is that balance over $140?
It's at $140, exactly.
Okay, so it has to be $141, I think. 140 is the number.
Okay, I'm exactly at 140.
Okay, it may go this week coming because it is at that 140 mark.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Let's see, lower hand. Michael.
Yes, Montalvo, I'm having the same situation. I contacted support yesterday through their email service because it was after 5 Eastern time, and I have not heard back yet. But mine in the back office states that it stopped on the 27th, and it was supposed to be paid on October 1st, is what it says in the back office, but it hasn't moved, so I haven't heard from them yet. They might be having a problem with something because of what happened down in that area.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking too, because that's where it's at. That's where they are, Florida. So they are. Yeah, they might have had some issues with that storm. I know internet went out for 4 days straight. So give them a minute, but I would call during the working hours to see if there was an issue, outage, or what have you.
All
All
right.
right. All right. Any other questions? I know there's more than 2 questions. What y'all calling me? Don't be scared.
I'm not
I'm gonna
scared.
bite you.
Great day to you, Montavo. Great day to family. I have a question. I'm one of the guys who would like to be a caller. If I am correct, it sounded like you said we will have that conversation Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait, I do have one more question.
Mhm.
The other day I heard you mention that someone could join the platform via the breadbasket. I have presented this platform multiple times, and I seem to encounter a bunch of tire kickers and people who want to send me their links to different platforms, and I can't help but laugh. So some of the people are very fear-based, but I want to prove it to at least one of them. What is the process of having them join via the breadbasket? Because that
Okay, so the bread basket is a member just like all of us. It is now receiving $50, I think, a day. So it has to be built up quite a bit before it can start that process. But the bread basket will only do half. It's not going to do the whole thing. Basically, it's going to take over from what I'm doing out of mine. But for the most part, that's how that's going to work, because it's not only going to assist people into this one, it's also going to assist them into A Promise Delivered, which is, it may be able to handle the whole A Promise Delivered entry because it's just 200. I don't know. We'll see. They may have to put up 100. Just keep everything going the same, and that way we can stay up with it.
Okay, thanks for breaking that down for me. I did pretty much assume they would not receive the same amount as someone who came in through the regular means. What, if I may ask, how then does someone sign up to join the bread basket? Is the process?
Oh, no. The bread basket is a project. It's a humanitarian project that's receiving right now. So if a person wants to be part of that process, then they would just send in a request to one of the callers, like they might call you. They might say, I have 100 and I would, I have 149 and I'd like to take part in Team Royal. Is there any assistance available? That'll be made, noted on the website. We'll do a small write-up or a small page that will state what the bread basket is and what it does. And then when they see that, because it's going to be one of the pages on the website, they could take advantage of it or not. We'll see how best to do that, because then people, unfortunately, will take advantage of something
Right.
when they already have it. So we want people to be accountable. We want it to be something that's going to last. So we may have to protect that on a case-to-case basis. It may not go on the website because people will take advantage of it.
I understand.
We'll figure out how to do it.
Thank you for clearing that up for me. And I did get to look at the website, and the instructions seem pretty clear. If you don't mind me saying so, I think it's fantastic that you actually laid it out and spelled it out. And the problem is people don't read. So thank you for putting it out there.
No problem. It's in both formats to try to appease those who like to listen versus those who like to read. But it's all I can do to make sure everything is in one place, so that if you need to refer to it, you can even refer to it while you're signing up. Have it on the phone on this side and filling out the stuff on the computer. But however we go, we want to make sure we're doing it the right way for everybody. Thank you, Sean. Crystal.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to ask if it was possible, or if you already had this in mind, for the callers that's making the calls to send text messages prior to calling to see if people are available to speak at that moment. I know for me, myself, if I'm at work, I can't just pick up the phone at my job. Um, or I may not even be able to just step away at that moment. I work in accounting and I could be in the middle of putting money in. So is it possible to have that done? People text to say, hey, this is so-and-so, I'm calling. Are you available to take the call now? And that way we can respond and say, yes, we can answer, or, hey, can you call me later? And then they can be assigned to someone to call them at a more convenient time.
Yeah, or that person can just adjust and make notes. I would gladly accept that as one of the ways to contact. We want to make sure we're respectable to respectful to other people's employment until they get retired by us. So yes, I would definitely say text them first and see, fill them out. Um, just purchase yourself a notebook so you can take notes, make notes on each occurrence. So yes, I would highly recommend you guys do that.
Great, thank you. And it's my plan to retire on my 55th birthday, which is March 1st.
Oh yeah, you'll be in the what do you call it, Jamaica somewhere or somewhere, wherever you want to go. You'll be there and retire. You call in, hey, I'm not coming in today.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much. Mhm.
Absolutely. Good suggestion. Geronimo?
Oh, you surprised me.
Ah,
Yes. I was talking to someone else who hasn't received emails since September the 6th. And I was on my laptop all at the same time, so I was sort of multitasking. But as you were speaking, the last I really heard you speak was about not waiting for people, that this wasn't for everyone. It is said that during this age that we're living in, 99% of the people don't get it. Only 1% of the people get it. So that's what we're dealing with something like Promise Delivered and Team Royal.
mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't get it. Their minds are so afraid that they really can't pay attention. I sort of thought that it would be sort of difficult for you alone to be able to handle all of the flux of people that are going to come in. I'm glad to see that you're seeking to get some people to assist you.
Mm-hmm.
But my question was, what do you think the realm of the launch actually happening? Do you think it's the realm is before the end of the month, at least?
Before the end of October?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, because as we're talking about all of the world's conditions that are going on now, the longshoremen, the weather activity, and all the stuff that's taking place in the southeast, I know there are a lot of desperate people who are in desperate situations.
Mm-hmm.
I have talked to a lot of people who are interested in this program, but they're, as we're saying, a bit hesitant because of the situations that are going on in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to get an idea about what I could tell the people to reassure them about us moving forward with the two platforms that we have. So myself and another individual may call you tomorrow so that they can straighten out the situation about them not getting emails.
Mm-hmm.
They're in this not really able to understand going into the back office and everything. I told them I'd get with them tomorrow to try to assist them in getting into the Team Royal back office and to get them more acquainted with the Promise Delivered platform as well.
Okay.
So I may call you tomorrow evening sometime. Hopefully it won't be this time during the night. So that's where I am. Hopefully everyone can rest easy to know that we are planning on getting this thing going before the end of this month. Thank you very much, Doc.
Absolutely. So to piggyback on that, I did speak with the programmer, and the banking pretty much is settled. It's not satisfied, but it's settled. When I mean satisfied, you have to put up money. Um, and like I said, ours is 10,000. Now he's going to loan it to me because of what we have, what he's put together, what was made available to him. And that account will basically be established for a Promise Delivered. Okay, that account is what's going to handle all the royalties. That's what's going to handle the fourth grade. because that needs to be made available right that second, not a couple days later or whatever. We're still working on that part, fourth grade, because as you know, fourth grade, when you hit that voucher has to have a value of $398 US, so that you can get the membership, the business, and you can get the outside membership. They have to be paid for while you're signing up, not a couple days later, not calling me to get it. When you hit that 4 and hit that voucher should cash out to either a virtual card that we're all going to use, or something to, I don't know. That's what we're working out. So first we have to have the banking established and satisfied before anything like that can happen. All right, so that's kind of where we are. Like I said, we are very, very short. All right, is that all the questions?